What is good, guys? M.V.K here, back again. Welcome back to non-comic lineup. We are on season 5, baby. I have officially put season 5 together. You're gonna get 10 episodes now on season 5. And I already have the lineup really well done. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody who participated in choosing which would be the first episode of this season. It was a poll between Witchblade and the Red Room, and with 63%, last I checked, out of 37%. The Witchblade won. Now, what does that mean for the Red Room? Nothing. It's still going to be a part of the season. It was just to decide which was going to go first. And then I want to thank everybody on the Patreon who participated on which was going to be episode 2. And that being was between Iron Fist and Heralds of Galactus. And with 35%, I believe, Iron Fist won. So episode 2 will be Iron Fist, and then I'll figure out. And episode 3 and 4 will be the Red Room, and episode 4 will be Herald of Galactus. There you go. See, I told you. But I want to thank everybody for that. I told y'all that I would be coming back with this series, because a lot of you guys were asking, wait, when is it coming back? Are you going to do any more? I told y'all what. I'm already working on the lineup for the next season. Okay? So, yeah, sit back, relax. Now, if you don't know what non-comic lineup is, let me explain it to you once again. It is where I take a team from various comics and make that team with various characters outside of American comic books. So they can be from cartoons, they can be from anime, manga, video games, you name it. But no American no American comic company, so no Marvel, no DC, no Image, no nothing. That includes the Turtles. No Turtles, because before they were cartoons, they were comics first. So yes, Turtles are exclusive off this. Those are the rules. You make up the team without any characters from the various American comic companies, but everything else is gravy. Now, with that being said, the Witchblade. The Witchblade. Let's talk about the Witchblade. Let's talk about this ancient sentient artifact, this ancient sentient supernatural gauntlet that attaches itself to mostly women in the Top Cow Image universe. The main wielder of the Witchblade has been NYPD homicide detective Sarah Pazzini. She has been the wielder of this. Then, of course, there was once Sarah gave it up and gave it to a young New Orleans dancer named Danny Batiste, who came from New Orleans to further her career in New York as a dancer. There's been one male that has held it, but it's mostly women. It is mostly women. The Witchblade is an offspring of two of the most ancient in the Top Cow universe, the Darkness and the Angelus. The Witchblade is their offspring. But over the time, there have been many people, many women, many famous women in history that have held and wielded that gauntlet. Cleopatra, Joan of Arc, several famous female pirates, several famous female samurai have held it. So there've been a lot. But of course, Sarah Pazzini being the most famous of them. But in the meantime, I got for you 8 individuals who I feel could wield the Witchblade and have fun with it, but also it'd be right up their alley in some cases. So sit back, relax, guys, enjoy. I look forward to hearing yours. Let's do this. Okay, so number 1 on the list, we are going to the world of feudal Japan. And from the anime series Inuyasha, we started off with Sango. She's a demon hunter. She and her clan face demons. How cool would it be if Sango, not only was she carrying her haraikos, that giant boomerang she carries, but what if she also had the power? She was wielding the Witchblade as well. It's not a stretch to believe, because the Witchblade, it chooses you. You don't choose it. It chooses you. Like I said before, it's sentient. It's alive. It's not just some random armor gauntlet. But yes, I could see the Witchblade going to Sango, and she being a badass with it as well. Number 1, Sango. Number 2, we go a little bit more kiddie, but also, if you weren't a fan of this show, I'd have slapped you. Number 2 on the list, we go with Wendy from Gravity Falls. She was one of my favorite characters of the supporting cast. I liked her laid-back attitude. She was always cool with Dipper, and of course, you know, Dipper had a crush on her. But imagine if the Witchblade chose Wendy, and she'd be like, "Oh, what's this?" You know, and it comes on her. Cool, dude, check this out. And she's using all the different powers of the Witchblade, and I can see Dipper like, Mabel, hey, Wendy, you know what you could do with that? That would be so awesome! You know, just the sheer amount of craziness she would probably get into, but also she would just be so enamored with the Witchblade. But I can see her with the Witchblade would be so freaking cool as well. So Wendy makes my number 2 on the list. Number 3 on the list, we go to the world of Mortal Kombat. And there are a lot of great ladies from Mortal Kombat, but one in particular I felt definitely could be a wielder of the Witchblade. Princess Kitana. A most dangerous adversary, don't you think? Yeah. Now, could you imagine Kitana with the Witchblade? You think Shao Kahn would want to tackle her then? You think she wouldn't be able to defend and take over? Well, she's already done that before, but you think she wouldn't be able to take over Outworld, even though she couldn't get it back to being a Dina? But imagine Princess Kitana. I don't think she would let the power corrupt her or power get to her head, because if that's the case, once that happens, the Witchblade will leave. If it sees that you're getting corrupted, or it sees that you're enjoying the power too much of what it's bestowing upon you, it will leave, and it's done it before. And you can break it up, because there was one point where Sarah Pazzini had the dark side of the Witchblade, and Danny had the light side of the Witchblade. So the Witchblade actually has, like I said, excuse me, it's a offspring of the Angelus and the Darkness. So yeah, but Princess Kitana would be killer with the Witchblade. I have no doubt in my mind she would clearly be one of those. She would give you a warning. She'd give you a chance. But if you threaten her people and threaten her, yeah, And she won't even probably have to use it very much because she's a badass without it. But imagine if she had it. That doubles her badassery, right? Yeah. Princess Kitana makes number 3. Number 4 on the list, we go to the world of Vikings and dragons. And, excuse me, the next choice, number 4, we go is with Astrid from How to Train Your Dragon. Love the franchise, and I do want to see that live action. I'm sorry, I'm not even gonna apologize for it. But there has been a time, if I remember correctly, throughout history, the Witchblade did go to a Viking woman. I believe it was, I can't remember, but I know the Witchblade has been a part of a cave woman. So it goes all the way back. It's very old. It's a very old artifact. So it would not be a stretch to believe that it would go to this Viking girl or woman, whichever image I'm using, because I think I'm using her older self. But definitely she would wield that with respect and honor, and definitely be able to use it to protect her hubby, because she and Hiccup did get married, they had kids, things like that, and also even protect the dragons as well. But Astrid would be a damn good host to the Witchblade. Astrid makes number 5 on the list. We go to something a little bit more familiar, a little bit more familiar and right up the Witchblade's alley, because the Witchblade has been a part of a NYPD detective, and I thought, hey, what about Elisa Maza from Gargoyles? Imagine Elisa wielding the Witchblade, still being a detective, but also now even being more capable of standing side by side with Goliath and the clan than ever before. Would be very interesting, don't you think? Because again, Elisa is one of the clan's greatest ally, and she has done a lot for that clan. And there are times where I wish she could do more, but she has handled herself amongst characters like Demona. Like, you would think Demona, being a gargoyle, would be able to just whip Elisa, but no. You've seen, if you watch the series, Elisa is thrown down with Demona as a gargoyle and even as in her human form. So yes, Elisa Maza would be perfect as a wielder of the Witchblade, and it would be kind of cool. And I could think the Witchblade, like, well, this feels kind of familiar. I've been with a detective before, so it'd be kind of interesting, and I can see her just doing so much with it and being good at it too. Elisa Maza makes number 5. We move on to number 6, and we move into the world of Scooby-Doo, and my favorite, Velma Dinkley. Velma, yes, I love Velma. I've crushed on Velma since I was a kid. I've always loved Velma. I don't know. I just liked her because I thought she was cute. Like, even as a kid, I was like, she's cute. I know a lot of people like Daphne. Don't get me wrong, but this is also cute to me too. And imagine the Witchblade attaching itself to Velma, choosing Velma as its wielder. You don't think Velma would be able to comprehend and use it to her ability, and use it to just as good as Sarah Pazzini has used the Witchblade? Excuse me. Ooh. Yes. Be very clear. Velma would hold it down as a wielder of the Witchblade. she would analyze it from a point of view of her brilliance, as well as she'd probably try to want to talk to it even more, like just know the history, like show me the history of you, like where'd you come from. I can see Velma like, show me where you came from, like how many women have wielded you over time. She would be asking so many questions probably to this, that even I think even the Witchblade, like, okay, that's enough questions. Like, you're my new host now. Enough. Like, stop. Like, I can see that, but definitely Velma would be an excellent wielder of the Witchblade. So number 6 on the list is Velma. Jinkies. Number 7 on the list. We move on to Mulan. Yes, Mulan. Even though she earned her stripes posing as a male and training to defeat the Huns. Imagine prior to her even joining the army and dressing up as a male, imagine the Witchblade came to her then, and imagine she wielding that Witchblade. Could you imagine that? The moment she understood what this artifact, this gauntlet could do, she would still join the fight with the Huns, and she'd probably wipe them all out by herself. She would be that powerful to do it herself. And then, okay, you guys can go home. Like, you can imagine that. Could you imagine that? Mulan, Mulan, with the Witchblade would be epic as hell. I can imagine that one scene where I'm thinking, remember the scene where she fired the rocket, and when the Huns were coming down the mountain, and she fired the rocket to cause an avalanche. Imagine she had the Witchblade, and she could just blow them with what the Witchblade can just jettison fire and stuff, fireballs out if she needed to. You could imagine that. The Witchblade could also make weaponry out of. So I could see all of that in a sense. And again, the Witchblade I would choose for just because of that sense of loyalty to her family and honor of her family. Definitely, Mulan makes number 7. And number 8, final choice, we go to the Slayer. Yeah, Buffy Summers. When I was putting this together, Buffy popped in my head real quick when I was thinking of wielders to wield the Witchblade. Buffy definitely came into my mind very quick. I was like, yeah, Buffy would be. Yep. She would definitely be a wielder, and more importantly, the vampires would have more fear of her just being a slayer. But now, if they heard about she's got this gauntlet that makes it even easier for her to take out vampires, and of course, I could see the team really being more scared, but like, okay, what's that? Like, what does it do? How long will you keep it? And Buffy, I don't know. It's alive. It's not really a thing. It's not really just an artifact. It's sentient. It talks to me and things like that. That would be the key to it. But yeah, vampires would be definitely scared of Buffy when she comes around, not just to slay their asses, but imagine she doesn't have any weaponry in terms of like stakes and stuff. Well, Witchblade makes weaponry of herself, and boom, it'd be killer, right? Buffy is my final pick. Well, guys, there you have it. 8 women of fiction. Well, I wouldn't say Mulan is not fiction. She was a real person, but you know what I mean. These are my picks for wielders of the Witchblade. There were others I wanted to pick, but I chose these 8. I broke it. I only wanted 8. I wasn't gonna go real heavy with the first episode. 8 was the maximum for me. But if you want to go hard, you can go hard. Leave your comments in the section down below. I look forward to hearing some of your picks for the Witchblade. Just remember, guys, as always, no DC, no Marvel, no American comic companies. There are some exclusions. No Turtles, but I will allow. I think I said Power Rangers are open. They can be used because they didn't come out with a comic until later. So we'll let that slide. But Turtles are off. No Turtles. No Turtles. No Turtles. No Turtles. Please don't do Turtles. I'm letting you know right now. But outside of that, guys, you guys take care. I'll see you guys next week. That is Tuesday. Next Tuesday with episode 2, which involves the Iron Fist. We're going to choose. I'm going to go another 8 and choosing 8 fictional characters who I feel would go through the training and be able to wield the power of the Iron Fist after defeating Shu Lao, the dragon, the undying dragon. Be there next week when we get to that episode. I'll see you guys next time. Guys, take care. Deuces.